Nada vejo, nada escuto, no escuro do total silêncio, infinito instante dentro de mim, mas vou seguir. Vou lutando pela nossa vida, pra depois encontrá-la em qualquer lugar do mundo ou em outro universo. Vou passando do futuro que eu sei que nos espera, mas nunca para, nunca deixa de ser esse mistério, recriando nosso tempo, refazendo o amor. Cada um de nós tem a sua própria história. O seu desejo de poder viver sem a dor, só de amor.
What a transition. Well, maybe I wanted to finish the game. Maybe I wanted to finish my wine. Maybe I wanted to finish that playlist. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but it is definitely one of those. Why not all three of those? Okay. Let's bring this to a finish. Last time was 3 hours ago. And yeah, Mara, I don't know what is going on now. Yeah, Mara has been shut down and has to be put on life support. And I'm not quite sure why, because, like, I mean, if her systems are not pumping blood through her body anymore, yes, that might be a problem, but in the end she's still an android with a human brain. But that's all that is. So, I mean, if that's the case, she would have had, well, a lot of need for other support, but not like a like a breathing mask. So yeah, not quite sure what we are doing, but it's fine. Yoko is off somewhere doing something, and we are with Red. But I like Red. Red has nipples. She could be Batman's sidekick. I think I'll stay with Mara. Someone's got to take care of her. Don't worry about that. Our girls will keep an eye on her from time to time. This place is impenetrable. Yeah, I still think I'm going to stay here. You should at least meet the owner of the club, don't you think? Isn't that you? Not even close. I just work for Yoko. I'm sure she'll be glad to see someone like you. Like me. Don't be humble, Sila. Yoko told me about you. Red looks at me from the top down and almost eats me with her eyes. It must be a delight to work with you, and I won't waste the occasion. I can't help but raise an eyebrow. She grabs me by the wrist and takes me downstairs. For some reason, I don't resist and just look back at the closet door, at the closed door, as I walk away from it. Yeah. Guess who it is? Guess the anime protagonist. Also, it seems that I don't have chat again. Okay, there we go. The music of the club thunders in my ears again. See, that sound support, that is really nice. We walk to the back of the hall. It seems like the owner isn't here. What a shame. Then I'd better go back tomorrow. Of course not. How about we chat a little? What? Look, I don't have time for chit-chat right now. Well, maybe I know something about everything that's going on. Who knows? Alright. What do you want? Red lets out a rather diabolical laugh. Where to start? I guess I should be honest with you. I like you. I think you have what we need. You and who else? Why are they so obsessed with her? Like as if she's some kind of sex symbol. Look at her. She's bland as fuck and stupid as all hell. The Red Moon, you know, Yoko's band. Although I don't know if calling it a band is still appropriate. And what is it that you need? Your strength, decision, originality, authenticity, initiative, intelligence, beauty, affection. Okay. I think that's all that is in Yoko's band already, especially strength. Though. Do you think Yoko's stronger than you? I didn't say that. Exactly. You know there's nothing in this world that can defeat you. Apart from, like, one combat android. Wow, that's an exaggeration. Not at all. Maybe you don't have the physical strength of Yoko, but I've read about you, your way of improvising, and how you overcome every case you had in front of you. And look where all my success has taken me. Yeah, to me. That's because no one supported you. But with the Red Moon behind you, you'd be unstoppable. I'm not going to join Yoko's band, if that's what you're trying to do. How did you figure? No, it's not that at all. It's just that Yoko's vision is so short-sighted. She thinks she's in control, but I think she's just another puppet. What exactly are you planning? You see, the good thing about being one of Yoko's trusted girls is that I'm aware of almost all of her plans. But I'm not going to tell you her secrets so easily. And what do you want in return? Nothing. I just want you to listen to me. Well, that I can do. Yoko's very capable. I've seen few people more effective in their work than she is. If you can call that work. But her plans, her motivations, I don't understand them at all. I've tried to investigate them, but I haven't been able to find anything. That anger and hatred that she has against the Empire. You really don't know. Being one of her girls, I figured she would have told you. It has to be something that happened to her in her childhood, and it's the only thing she never talks about. Not exactly. I suppose you know Yoko is from the refugee district. Haven't you ever wondered why they call it that? It's the district where those who survived the collapse of an old colony were sheltered. That's the story told by the Empire. Isn't that the truth? I knew you'd answer my questions. Red almost lets out a moan of pleasure. The people of the refugee district are mainly deserters from the Red Sun colonies. What? When a civil war broke out in the Red Sun, the Empire supported one side. This side ended up being overthrown, and all the traitors ran the risk of being executed. Many people sought political asylum from the Empire, so the Empire brought them all together in a single district, although it only took in wealthy and highly capable families. Yoko broke up with her parents shortly after we met, probably when she discovered that they had betrayed their own people. That would explain so many things. It seems like every step Yoko's taken since then has been for the purpose of wiping out the Empire, even if it was from within. Now tell me, what's she up to? Wow, surprisingly productive. Good thing that we are actually developing Yoko as a character, because, well then, that's an appropriate backstory to have. I judge her anger to be justified, and breaking up with her parents adds another personal tragedy to it. Her working the disorganized, chaotic way that she does, yeah, makes sense. Well, let's not be hasty. Yoko's plans are a very boring topic of conversation for someone as interesting as you. You know, you're starting to remind me of a certain mysterious hacker I know. Ah, you're talking about Cell. I'll give you just one little detail. I'd feel bad if I didn't tell you anything after all that information you have given me. That one line. Great. Cell doesn't work alone. After all, what would a simple hacker do against an entire empire? You mean the rebels, don't you? So you know. Yes, but what exactly do they want? What else would they want? The complete and absolute destruction of the Empire, just like Yoko. Now their collaboration doesn't seem so strange to you, does it? I mean, if Seela knew all of that already, which, I mean, is information that we didn't have before, then yeah, that makes sense, but like, what? Maybe the rebels want that. Oh, maybe the rebels want that, but I doubt that's Cell's goal. I know Yoko has always hated the Empire and done her best to hurt it in many ways. If she's working with Cell, maybe that's because her motivations aren't so different. I don't know if it's something I would like to think about. So far, I've turned a blind eye because Yoko's never had the power to do any real harm to the Empire. And in fact, she has done more good than bad, but ending up allied with Cell could end badly. I hope Red is wrong about Cell's real plans. I think you have got too good an image of the people around you. On second thought, how couldn't you have? You're too innocent. Maybe that's your only defect. What I am or not is irrelevant. I'll remind you that I'm the only one here to escape Welter, and eventually the Empire. I don't give a damn about whatever Yoko does. Ah, look who's coming. Well, if it isn't their Seela, the defector at the moment. You have the police like crazy for you all over the district. Don't remind me. I'm Venus, the owner of the club. I'm sorry, but I went to get something for you. I voiced them all the same, or whatever. Venus gives me some pretty heavy clothes. They seem to be made of a very resistant plastic fabric. It's an armored suit. Oh, it's an armored suit. It will help you if you end up in combat during your escape from here. Don't thank me, it's from Yoko. It's not quite the image that comes to mind when I think of armor, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Believe me, you're going to need it. Are things that bad? There are rumors about the Empire planning to mobilize the army. I don't know what exactly happened in the industrial zone, but it must have been very big. Welter's mercenaries are everywhere too. I hope Yoko has a good escape plan. I hope that girl, Mara, I sincerely hope she's worth it. What makes her so special? From what I hear, she's a new generation android. It's a lot more than that. But if Yoko... Oh, it's a new... Okay. But if Yoko hasn't told you, I guess I'd better not do so either. To be honest, Yoko never tells anyone anything. I appreciate her, but she lies more than she speaks. Still, it seems that the Empire isn't in its best days. You mean the war? It's not just the war. The government, the protests, the inequality between districts. It looks like a sealed boiling pot, and it's about to explode. Maybe it's not a coincidence. I shouldn't tell you this, but the Empire has been powerful for too long, and that's angered a lot of people. And I'm not talking about the rebels. I can't help but be intrigued by these words. Is she referring to other colonies? There's other nations beside the Empire, and they yearn to see it fall. They could be backing forces with the capability to make that happen. In other words, the rebels are being financed by countries that oppose the Empire. Again, I'm not talking about the rebels. Yoko, what exactly is she allied with? With whom is she not? I think that would be the right question. Interesting. I hope it doesn't explode all over his nose. Yes? Even if that happens, she'll come out ahead. It's not the first time she would have to start from scratch. Whatever happens, I'll be there to support her. Weren't you the one with the conspiracy? If you don't mind, I'll go to the change room and put this thing on. Venus and Red nod and continue talking as I walk away. I take off my clothes and put on the strange armor. I mean, it looks like any other... But... So that's a code. Then what is an armor? Is it like a power armor from like Fallout or what? When they are referring to armor? It looks very sturdy and a bit less suggestive than the one the guards are wearing. I guess I'll have to wear it for now. By pressing a button on my back, the pieces fit to my body, and despite appearances, it's quite warm inside it. I head back to the club and look for Red, and hopefully I'll get some more answers. Are you looking for me? Well, it turns out so. Red puts on that creepy smile again. It makes me strangely happy to hear that. I always love talking to bland people like you. What do you need from me? You've just got to ask. I want to know more about Yoko's plan. Her expression changes. Oh, what a disappointment. I thought. Whatever. What do you want to know? What do you want to know about? How are we supposed to even escape from this place? Over the border, probably. Obviously, but I mean how? Well, you asked how. I think through the railway tunnels in the industrial area. Impossible. They are sealed. Yeah, but I think some of them were opened up again. Didn't you feel the explosions? Ah. So that's what it was. It's impossible for the Empire to allow such a breach to exist. The rebels could use it to get in. Although, I don't know if they have it easy afterwards. Yeah, exactly. That's probably why they are mobilizing the army. Sela, you actually said something clever. Venus said that Velta is also looking for me, and that it's likely the industrial zone has attracted a lot of the district police. I don't know. I think Yoko had an ace in the hole. She talked about this Anna. Another girl? I doubt that's enough. All I know is that she mentioned her. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her personally. Several security guards approach me. Yoko has sent us a message for you. Are you Sela? You are Sela, aren't you? I'm surprised that Yoko cares to keep me informed. Yes, that's me. Her scouts have been all over the industrial area, and the entry routes almost ready. Apparently, it's a war zone. Great. Yoko also gave us a note for you. The explosions made several holes in the walls around the industrial area, leaving a clear path towards the Yellow Ocean. The rebel armies using it to breach the entire to enter the district. Wait, I thought we are opening up the tunnels, not the walls. Huh? So Red was right. Like, I thought it was exactly because of they built the big wall and you can't get close to it, so... But they forgot about the tunnels, so that's more... Or did it just, with the explosions, then also happened to then have the wall collapse onto... I don't know. Just when it was starting to be intelligent. So Red was right. They have opened the wall. But how does Mara fit into all this? It's clear that the rebel army doesn't have the strength to capture the entire district. That's why they are not even trying to move forward. And they've just captured the factories and stood their ground. Now they're defending the entrance. I find it hard to believe that the rebels have managed to break through the walls of the district. No matter how strong they were in the desert, it's impossible to get so close to the walls without an army responding. That's why tunnels... How did the rebels manage to reach the walls? It seemed that the rebel group who came was rather small, and not their main army. Since they approached a point a little far from the front, the Empire has been slow to react. Huh? But the soundtrack I really do like. I can work with that. It seems that the rebel group are approached from a little point far from the front, but could they be planning to bring in reinforcements? Maybe, but the Imperial Army will arrive in a matter of hours. And there's another thing. Welter Labs are helping the police. They say it's because the factories are their property, but it's the first time Welter have used their mercenaries so actively. They've mobilized hundreds. This attack's got nothing to do with with taking over the district. There must be something in the factory that Welter and the Empire want to protect at all costs. Maybe that's the clue that was missing. Mara, the Synergia project, the Singularity. Is that what they are trying to defend? Those machines that Mara told me about. They might be trying to steal them. If the ace in the sleeve of the Empire fell into the hands of the enemy, it could change the course of this war. What? I'm guessing the game is not gonna explain this to me, right? So, first of all, what do you know about the Synergia project? Second of all, why is it the Empire that seems to not actually want singularity to happen behind it? Or knows about it? When it is actually a great weapon against them and dangerous to them? Wouldn't they stop Welter if that is the big threat? And like, so how do you know that this actually is something viable? Like, I mean, it can't be just some androids with singularity. That's stupid. Like, they will also not bring down the Empire by themselves. And if they plant as many trees as they want in the desert. Like, everything about this confuses me. Just when we were about to make sense. And do you know anything else? That's all. Yoko said she'll be back soon to get you out of here, so I wouldn't settle down. Oh, and she said you shouldn't use the holonet under any circumstances. The state's looking all over the net, trying to track you. Well, thank you. Shouldn't that be what you're leading with? I would hope that if that is possible, and Sila knows it is possible, she would actually have not done it on her own accord. I am hoping that this is what Yoko was hoping for, because otherwise it's like, oh yeah, by the way, that one thing. Both guards march out the outside of the club. Or to the outside of the club. If this is how Yoko usually keeps an eye on places, I don't want to even imagine the power that she really has. Venus is guarding the club, and just gives orders to some of the girls from time to time. She yells at me from the distance. Sila, we'll be closing up soon. I think it's better if you go to your room. I nod and go upstairs. Mara's still there, and Red's fallen asleep in the chair. Or so it seemed, until she half opened one eye when I walk in through the door. Are you tired? It's been a very long few days. You can rest. I'll watch Mara now. You should go get some sleep. You're gonna have some rough days too. I can't. She gives me a lewd look. Looks like she wants to get into my boxes. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you while you sleep, although it's not because I don't want to. I lie next to Mara carefully in order not to unplug any of her wires. Lying next to her helps me relax. But I can't sleep. My protocells are probably a little bit altered right now. At the very least, that will help me be alert and act when Yoko returns to get us out. The last generation. Der Staat im Staate. Now the context for that would be interesting, I guess. Let's recap. Yoko gave me an android that turns out to be more human than anything I've ever seen before. Well, apart from humans, I guess. This one's made by Velta, and it's obvious that Darla and Kyle seem to track Mara through me. But how did they know Yoko would sell it to me? Maybe it was just a coincidence, or maybe they wanted to watch Yoko from the beginning. Anyway, Mara turned out to be like a human. She has singularity, and it's forbidden by the government. How does Velta plan? This feels like, oh, you just cleared the intro, or we are nearing the end of the intro. How does Velta plan to even sell her an android like her? Then there's that hacker, Cell, who has been interested in me and Mara since all this started. On top of that, according to Mara, he's an android connected to her in some way. Too many loose ends, and now this explosion with the rebels attacking the district. Velta's convinced the state that I stole Mara and I'm considered a traitor, so I no longer have a place in the Empire, the place where I've spent my whole life. I'm still not quite sure. So openly the Empire says, yeah, no sex with androids, no, it says no singularity. But behind their backs, they did work together with Velta to plant trees, to make singularity in androids happen, to use them as a weapon. Which is really confusing to me because kind of like so far none of that has come to fruition in any way. I hear a noise downstairs that wakes me up, and when I look, I see that Red isn't in the room. I go to the door and open it carefully so that I can slowly stick my head out. I walk to the balcony and take a look at the main room of the club. Venus is with some girls dressed in military clothes. Could they be from the army? I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. They all look gloomy and use night vision. And now that I notice, they are small. Something touches my shoulder from behind. Are you awake already? Let's go downstairs. They have come for you. For me? Yes, don't worry. They are on our side. I go down to the stairs next to Red and I approach Venus. They are all Maras, just with a different amount of eyes. Why do you all have different night vision goggles? A group of girls are here, and they all fix their eyes on me. Venus, who are these girls? We are not on Velta's side, not with the police, and not with Yoko, really. We come on her behalf. She points her finger towards where Mara is. We are going to stay here for a bit. You must not scream, nor try to do anything strange. We are here to help you, okay? I nod my head. Who are you? What do you want? We are Anna, the ace in the sleeve of the first machine. Your only chance of getting out of here. The girl takes off her mask and lets me see her face. It's a different face, but her hair is white, like Mara's hair. You don't have a choice. Yoko will come soon and take you all to the industrial zone, and from there you'll escape. For now, I suppose you should fraternize a little. Fraternize. The rest of the girls come forward and take off their helmets. They all have white hair. So yeah, they're the ones that they got in their terrorist group act. Whatever. The place is safe. The girl in front of me breathes a sigh of relief. Well, Sila, I'm sorry we have been so strict with you. We were afraid that the operation wouldn't go well. As I told you, we are Anna, Mara's sister. However, each and every one of us has her own individual name and serial number. I'm Marcia. She extends her hand toward me and I shake it. I mean, while we are close to cyberpunk bartending already, Anna is exactly what I would expect. We all know you here, so you don't have to introduce yourself, don't worry. They are the rest of the rescue team. I'm Julia, Marcia's right hand. And I'm Mio, her left hand. And this is Asenka. She is a little quiet. Hi. I bow my head and try to understand all of this. Mara's sister, that is, the androids she was raised with. Wait, Mara's sisters, does that mean you all have some sort of uniqueness? I've got no idea. Technically yes, but you never know for sure. Oh, Lucas! It has been a while. That is exactly right. But recently in my streams, I'm kind of often getting people who have been following for quite a while. Welcome to Synergia. I thought the end, but apparently we are going for longer than I expected. Once again. Well, I hope you have been well. I hope you have some nice wine to enjoy like I do. You did have wine. So why are you seeing boobs in chat? Oh, yeah, bot. Yeah, don't worry. My bot is always talking. He is the one who is keeping me company, after all. My bot likes to talk about boobs, yeah. Just like these girls, I guess, because this is very Yuri porn. Like, every single character that this game knows is basically guys who are all assholes, and then a lot of cool girls who we definitely want to snuggle up in their coochies. So yeah, so basically that is... Well... Unfortunately, no. Fortunately for me, I don't have any points. Du kannst nicht in deinem eigenen Kanal cheeren. Oh, I cannot cheer in my own channel. Yeah, ever since they introduced cheers, I was like, fuck you, Twitch. I had my own system and that was running fine, at least for me, because I was proud of having it. And then they introduced stupid cheers, which, like, they have not developed ever since. So it's just a stupid side system. So I was never really interested in the cheers. I mean, I guess they are doing the work that my system was doing as well. It's just more boring and less unique. So, what have you been up to though? What was the last thing we talked about? I think you were getting some kind of job? Getting into animation. Nah? Nah, I would never get a job. Good, very good. That's the spirit. Was changing schools, I think. Oh, okay. And now you're getting into animation. So you are animating furry porn now. Homeless for the win. It's the only way. Yeah. Like, I mean, I do see it highlighted, but that doesn't actually... But by the way, why do you have channel points? I don't even know. Well, because everyone who is in... Like, I mean, if you're an artist on the internet, then the only thing that is bringing you money is furry porn. Had they actually already... Oh, okay. I did not realize that you were in here for so long. Or maybe it's just a lot of free stuff. Yeah. I don't need money. So you're doing it as a passion project. I won't judge. So, how did you know where she was? How did you go through the police and the commotion? Those explosions, did Yoko send you? All in due time. I understand that you have got many questions at the moment, but luckily we are prepared. For now it's best to stay with Mara. We have to take care of securing the site correctly, but we'll come back to you in a moment. I like how they are vanishing one by one. The girls begin to inspect other areas of the club and set up cameras and a security perimeter. They are very professional. I go up to one of the girls. She seems really absorbed in her work. Mew, right? Oh, Sida, yes. What do you need? I was impressed by how skillful you are with all this, and yet you are very similar to Mara. You look alike, but at the same time, you are very unique. Huh, thanks. We were prepared for this, but so it's just protocol. But we are especially motivated. I'm surprised at the devotion these girls process for me, without even knowing me. We learned some of our methods from you. Believe it or not, there's a whole school about fighting androids and cyborgs based on your insights. Well, it's an honor to meet you in person. Wow, thanks, I guess. So we have a whole bunch of Sealers that teach the androids fighting? What? Madness combat animation? What in the background? Is there a background? Oh, you mean the booba girl? Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about her. Oh, but there is a picture of Sila and Yoko. I'm guessing. It literally looks like the game's logo when you actually open it up. So that's interesting. But what is this game? Europorn, as I said. No, I mean, so basically, we are on a different planet, which I also did not know. Maybe I did, maybe I just forgot. We have been playing this since July. In the future, cyberpunk future, sex with androids is forbidden. The worst thing that could actually, it's the bleakest of futures. There's an empire, there's rebels, there's other nations, there's a desert which we can't plant stuff on, and the empire is where we are located. They shut themselves off from the rest of the planet and across the Yellow Sea. But now that has been breached by the rebels, and yeah, now the army is on their way here. And they are doing that because Mara, the girl that we replaced our old android with, oh, I did not actually think about, yeah, our old android was actually killed. I did not ever. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so like the new android that we got actually developed singularity. And that is not what the Empire wants. But the Empire has actually created her. Because apparently those girls are also Mara. Well, they are also the same android model, which actually have real brains. So they are not just androids, they are just basically modified humans in android bodies. It's not that special, quite frankly, but in the game it is really special. And so now they are coming to stop us because we are the key to winning the war and bringing down the Empire, but we actually just want to go and do our Eurosec stuff. Because, like, I mean, like I said, I wanna fuck the android. That's basically what it is. So we are fleeing the Empire, but actually we'll probably end up helping. Maybe, like, I don't know. Like I said, there's other androids just like her, and apparently there's schools of me learning them to fight because I'm brilliant. You have to know, I'm the main character. Everyone loves me. I'm so hot. I know everything. I'm totally the best character ever. Something like that. Basically, I'm an idiot. I'm an asshole. And I'm just wanting to have sex with androids all day long. But I'm a powerful girl character. And so I'm the best, most specialist girl that everybody loves. Or something like that. I literally, like, if I wanted to be like that, I could literally describe it like that. Which probably does not fare too good for the game. It is not that offensively bad. It has its moments of being okay. Mainly the side characters, and mainly the ones that she doesn't like. Those, like, when the main character doesn't like someone, I usually do. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine and harmless and totally, absolutely appropriate. We saw boobs. We saw quite a lot of different boobs. Also need sleep. Yeah, so that you can finish more of your... Well, how about... I'm gonna give you that moneymaker tip for free. How about furry androids? You're welcome. Have a good one. Enjoy your sleep. Sleep tight. Have some good dreams about fairy androids. So, nice of you to come around. I do appreciate it. Have a good one. And I will never be able to finish this game. God damn it. Sila, please don't distract the girls. You'll have time to talk when you get out of here. Ah, sorry, boss. Yeah, I better go with Mara. We'll get back to our conversation, Mio. Sure. I decide to go back upstairs to see Mara. She's still lying there. They are all very similar, with that white hair. I'm starting to feel like the center of attention of this whole circus that's been set up in the last few days, which you had no fucking idea about. It's amazing that all the problems the Empire facing lately, they decided that Mara and me are one of the main ones. To the point of causing such a commotion by searching the entire district. And now the rebels, along with this group of androids, they all want to get me out of here, as if I were some kind of chosen one. Me, chosen. They choose me. Incredible. To make matters worse, everything happened because I fell in love with a machine many years ago. This is surreal. Android sex has really definitely worked out for you. You were the first one to dare to rub your pussy against hot steel. Artificially and hot. And that was just... yeah. The coochie of destiny. At work again. The story that I'm special or different has always been with me. And of course, Welter's making sure it stays that way. Since I was a child, the story that I'm special or different has always been with me. Why? We have never heard anything about her. Like, what? I go back to the main room, downstairs. Marcia and her squad get in front of me. Well, where do we start? And you ask me? How about we talk about Mara? Do you remember the industrial zone, the factories? Mara is there, with Anna and Nina. What are you talking about? Mara's here in the room upstairs. Huh, maybe she's referring to those other machines that Mara told me about. Marcia shakes her head. She's just a model under Mara's command. Her real name and serial code must be inside her, and in the original capsule that contained her. She's just a model under Mara's command. Her real name and serial code must be inside her, and in the original capsule that contained her. Was she the one who told you her name? I can't remember. Yoko. She must have baptized her with that name. Probably not, but that doesn't matter. You can still call her Mara. Earlier, you asked us about the singularity. Do you know anything about Synergia? I read about it in the Welter Labs archives. It's a project, something important. So much so, the three of us are Synergia. Three? You... Mara, Anna and Nina, the three of us form a singular controlled intelligence. Or at least that's what our creator called it. Who is Nina? Who? I don't know. They never told us about him. But let's not stray from the subject. Welter has been developing us for years, training and educating many types of androids in a natural way, using secret facilities under their headquarters and at some hidden desert locations. About 20 days ago, for the first time, all three machines were started at once. Why three? Each one has a specific function that completely is separate from the others, so that they can never interfere with each other, and thus be controlled. Mara's role is that of emotional intelligence. She is the first machine, and the most important one. She contains the data and orders of all androids that are connected to Synergia. She is the one with the emotional intelligence, but she also contains the orders of all androids. I bring my hand to my head. I know it sounds a little confusing, but you'll understand quickly. It seems like a lot of trouble for a new generation of androids. Mara works like a hive mind, so we are able to emphasize with other androids. So basically, when Mara has sex with us, then it is broadcasted to every other android. Mara and Sela are filming a porno. Oh god. No, but like if Mara actually feels something, does it mean the rest feels like her? No, they are individual, right? Emphasize with each other, with other androids connected to Synergia. even without seeing each other. That way, if you manipulate the machines, you can manipulate all the androids. That's a dangerous and unstable system. Why would Welter create something like that? It's not so unstable. Let me continue. We are Anna, the combat force. We are trained to be effective in any confrontation, but also in escort and security. Anna is the second machine and is dedicated to taking care of the physical condition of all androids connected to Synergia. That's why we were able to easily locate Mara when she stopped working. When we found Mara, we found you. Although, we would have gotten her here anyway. Yoko saved us some time by sending us here directly. Do you understand now why Mara and Anna should never be connected? Anna shouldn't make a decision just because Mara's feelings tell her to. She needs to evaluate the decision for herself. That still feels stupid. No, that actually really does still feel stupid. Why would you disconnect the different, so then it is not singularity, it's just, as a machine altogether. And then you're useless because one has the emotional intelligence to be like, oh no, I am unhappy and afraid, and the other ones are, oh my god, and just shooting around wildly wherever they are. Why would you all come for me then? How come you all know me and have the affection for me? Here's the trick. The third machine, Nina, has no physical representation beyond its servers and central computers, and is dedicated only to storing the experiences and memories of all androids connected to Synergia. Storing experiences and memories. And then distributing them whenever needed? But how does it decide when it's needed? That way, by accessing Nina, you can manipulate Mara and Anna without scripting their behavior, and therefore without dehumanizing them. Okay, I mean that makes somewhat sense. So Welter controls them with Nina. So they basically can manipulate their memories. And with the memories, the feelings, I guess? Without scripting their behavior, and therefore without dehumanizing them. It's the door that stops and handles the constant expansion of the other intelligences. But also the key that would allow Welter to control us. Modifying memories, that's why when Mara manipulated the third machine, she manipulated the intentions of all of Synergia's androids. So, how did Mara manipulate her? This part's funny. When Welter activated all three machines at once, there were some androids whose feelings didn't match Welter's plans. These androids started looking for a way to escape, and they found it. A complex cooperative plan with the Desert Rebels to extract the three machines that made up Synergia and a train, without any being turned off at any time. Otherwise, the androids would lose their memories and it would be futile. Those androids, eager for freedom, modified Nina so that all of Synergia would work together on this escape plan. But they didn't eliminate their feelings towards you. Ironic, don't you think? But like, so why would Welter actually allow the other two to, like, if that is their access point to the other, why would they allow those two? Like, it would literally be just, you don't process. Like, their memories, they don't, like, in the memories that are being stored with Nina, they would literally just program that those other two machines, they don't know. They don't know that there's a memory system. They would just think, oh, it's my brain or whatever. Just so that they don't even get the idea of, oh, I could manipulate this. Like, why would they allow them to manipulate it? If that is their way of controlling them. Why did they turn on all three of them? Why was it just some androids that were different from the others? And where are those others? Like, if their memories are now all the same and their experiences, well, not the same, but why is there only some androids that are different than others? Like, yeah, they're individual, but why are they individual if they all share those same memories? Like, I mean, our Mara has not been put together with the others. So they were already different. So they had different experiences. So if they all accessed the same information and they all came to that conclusion, then why wouldn't the other ones? Ironic, don't you think? And why didn't they? It's a big unknown. Yokuchi was just unforgettable. We tried to erase it so many times, but it would always come up in our wires. The only way to know that would be to access the third machine database and see who modified the data. I have the slightest suspicion that it was Cell. You'll have to ask him directly. Okay, so Cell accessed Nina. But it was the androids that modified Nina. A complex cooperative plan with the desert rebels to extract the three machines. So then how did Cell get access to Nina when they would then not be able to? Like I said, the best one would be just that when they think about, oh, why do I remember stuff? Why do I have experiences? That it just like nothing. Because Nina would be just outside the system. They would just not know. Like, so Cell, which somehow they found a way to do that. So Cell accessed it and then let them modify it. Or maybe Mara knows it too. But they are both asleep right now. When they wake up, you can talk about all of this. Does that mean she'll wake up? The three Synergia machines had to go into sleep mode while being transported to the trains. The rebels loaded Nina and Anna first, so we could help them protect the train. Mara's being withdrawn right now, but the biggest machine, and it's the biggest machine and it's taking some time. So when did they Oh, that is why they are arriving now. What about Nina? Wait, so is it that she collapsed not because Mara was being loaded, but because Nina was being loaded first? And that is when Anna collapsed as well? And then they put Anna in? And so now the Annas can move? And now they... okay. However, when she connects to the train's batteries, all her androids will regain consciousness. That reassures me. All of this is incredible. You could almost say that everything that happened with the singularity years ago is being repeated now. But there's something else here. The androids are alive, they have feelings, and even if they have been manipulated, they deserve to get out of here. So what happens with the singularity the other time? They are not alive? What now? Now we take Mara and leave the city forever. Good. Explain to me what I have to do. Just like that? Don't I have to convince you? No. This place turned its back on me years ago, and now they've done it again because I love an android. I'm going with you. What do I tell you? That's... We just wanna fuck an android. Some of the girls around listening to the conversation try to hide their joy. When the time comes, you'll have to take Mara with you to the train. We'll cover your back. Problem: the Empire won't just let us escape. I get that the explosions were how the rebels got in the first place, but I'm sure the exits were well guarded now. You're wrong. There were exactly several explosions. 2 covered the entrances to this area, and another opened an access to the desert. But that hole hasn't been used and isn't going to be used. All the turrets and cameras surrounding the wall have been hacked by the rebel army, but I'm sure the Empire will defend those exits by whatever force necessary. It's only a matter of hours before they have sufficient power to launch an attack and come after us, but they don't know anything about the train. They believe that this is nothing more than a terrorist attack, and only Welter knows what we are truly going for, but they are unable to say anything because everything was done in secret. I'm almost tempted to scroll back up. We just had that the Empire is actually connected to it. And it made no sense. Or it only made sense because the Empire is connected and working with Welter. But I don't even already remember anymore why we actually figured that. But I know that specifically we have been saying that. Oh, so the Empire must be connected to it. Somehow now. I thought. And now we are ruddering back again. With like, oh no, now they have to keep it a secret. Maybe I misunderstood something, but goddamn. So, we'll escape using the underground train, right to the depth of the Yellow Ocean. And not even Welter forces will be able to do anything against us over there. And what prevents Welter from recreating these machines and trying to enslave a new generation of androids? Nothing, but we'll have to think about that in the future. For now, we have to get out of here alive. This can work. Let's just hope this plan actually does the trick. There are so many things that could go wrong. The construction plans for the industrial zone are old, so Welter's going to have a hard time getting around. And they'll have even more trouble finding the tunnels. Even if they could find it, the exit's in rebel territory, so it would take weeks, if not months, to launch a full offensive. We'll be out of here in hours. So Cell, did he cooperate everything? Ah, Cell, I wouldn't know how to tell you for sure, but it's possible that he worked with Mara from the beginning. He has been running this operation the whole time, right from the industrial zone itself. Mara's already mentioned it. So all of you, Cell, Mara, aren't you just one person? No. If you are not one person or a large number of androids, what are you? Something new, I guess. We might be able to share experiences, but we are individual beings, and each of us, that idea by itself is not so bad. And each of us experiences those feelings in our own way. That's incredible. It explains a lot of things. Why are you now just getting it? Slowpoke. Sal tried to take us with him back in that warehouse. Does it mean that Mara only came to me in order to convince me of the same thing from the moment she walked through the doors? Again, you'll have to ask her when she wakes up. It will be soon, don't worry. One of the girls comes running towards the entrance. Everyone around me prepares their weapons and forms a defense against the front door. Who's coming? I'm not sure yet. A few ships have parked in front of this door, but they are trespassing all surveillance measures. Could be Yoko. I hear the lock on the door and the knob turns slowly. The sound of rain can be heard with intensity, and I can see the girls preparing their fingers to pull the trigger. Red figures appear on the other side of the door. As they cross the threshold to the door, I can see Yoko accompanied by the best in her gang. Sila, I'm glad to know that everything is going well here. Yoko, why didn't you call? It almost gave us a heart attack. I've cut off communications following Sal's advice to eliminate the risk of being tracked. Well, why did you come here? Are we leaving? If everything goes according to plan, to take us to the industrial zone. Yes, everything went according to plan, and all 3 machines are mounted on the train, so everything is ready to sail. Mara should wake up from her dream soon. Thank goodness. Great. The girls and I will get ready to leave. Sila, you should go up to Mara. I'll go up for Mara. We leave in a few minutes. Hurry up, this won't be over until you and Mara leave the district. You seem to care a lot about me now, considering you got me into all this. Or is it that Cell has set you that condition to give you whatever it is that you ask for in return? That shouldn't matter to you at this point, should it? I do care. I have simply given up on you. I suppose you will never change. You just stick to the plan. We will enter the factory through the hidden tunnel and seal it on our way out. But we need to be on time. I mean, that also I like. That her hate for the Empire is actually greater than her friendship with me. Okay, there shouldn't be much left for the train to be ready, so we'll start moving soon. The van is ready outside. I'll wait for you here. I'll wait for you there. Well, good luck. We are going to need it. Luck is for newbies, trust me. Yoko, Red, and the rest of the bikers are going to the way they came in. So you couldn't actually tell from the bikes and like the red hoods. The sound of the engines gets louder and lingers. They are waiting for us. Sila, grab Mara and come with us. This will be over very soon. I'll stay here and make sure nobody knows where you have been. Good luck. Venus smiles at me and gives me a little push to leave. I hasten to the top room. I go to Mara and take off her oxygen mask. And I'm not going to finish. This will take at least, I mean, How long will it take? I don't know. But I've been at it for over an hour again. Oh boy. Well, but since there's nobody here, I might as well just keep it for tomorrow. The absolute end. Who would have thought that it's actually such a... I mean, I'm super slow. Yes. But we've been playing this for 12 hours, and out of that, I would say we... like maybe 8 hours or so. So yeah, this is actually quite long. Let's check the store page, see how long other people. 3 hours, 11 and a half hours. Yeah. Uh, no, it's a rather short story, 4 or 5 hours to complete it both endings. The story uses an excellent mix of Cedar's development and surrounding conflicts in the dystopian world. Huh. Well, yeah, the MC hated people for no reason and also liked them for no reason. I didn't feel anything except boredom. At least the Ost and the atmosphere were on point. Agreed. I do actually agree with that. Okay, we're gonna play for another 5 minutes. I hasten to the top room. I go to Mara and take off her oxygen mask. When I do, she opens her eyes. Joy floods my chest and I remain frozen. She pounces on me and hugs me. She sits down, shakes her head a little to end up getting... She sits down and shakes her head a little to end up getting up all the way. Did everything go well? I think so. Wait, shouldn't you have your memory connected? Mara jumps out of her joy and hugs me again. Sila, I hope you can forgive me for hiding so many things. I was afraid that if I told you everything, you would refuse. Alright, you did well. I would have refused. But you made me change my mind, so let's get out of here together. A few tears fall from Mara's cheeks. The way she cries. She is completely human. No, she is something different, something new. But that doesn't matter now. Is she something new? I so far have not actually. She is not an interesting human. Like, she has an obsession with me, but Eh? Apparently, they don't actually share the memories together either, so like she can't actually be one of the Annas, so she doesn't have like defensive programming or tactical prowess. She's just the one with the emotional intelligence, and that is quite bland. If you are awake, it means that the first machine is working and Sal is awake too. Yes, where are we? At one of Yoko's clubs. We have kept you safe here. They are waiting for us. We should go. We'll have time to catch up. Yes, where are we? Mara nods. I help her up and take her downstairs, where the rest of the girls are waiting for us. Mara's awake, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. That means that everything went well and the first machine is working. We'd better go. Yeah, we have already. Marcia helps us get out and into the van. Once seated inside, Mara lies on my shoulder. When the door closes, we are left in the dark, with the exception of some thin lines of light that slip through some slits. Which actually are very bright. There's something that worries me, and I can't get rid of a bad feeling that gives me, is what Red was talking about, Sal's real objective. Is it true that he wants to destroy the Empire? I want to escape from here, but to do so with the help of someone who seeks to wipe out an entire nation? I mean, Yoko does as well. I know they were nothing more than inventions, and I shouldn't worry too much, after all. Why would an android want such a thing? But something tells me that I'd better ask him when I finally meet him in person. As we enter the industrial zone, I hear the echo of metal, a background noise that never ceases, as if it were the breath of this place. Again, yes, music, atmosphere is actually there. The incessant noise is interrupted by some distant shots, which become more recurrent little by little. Finally the van stops and Mara grabs my hand tightly. The doors open and the light blinds me briefly. Then I go down and help Mara jump with me. It's a familiar area for Mara as well. Doors open and blinds on me briefly, then I go down and help Mara jump with me. It's a familiar for me. Okay. The girls who brought me here take off their masks and look at me from afar. They look incredulous and can be seen whispering and pointing at me, trying not to be noticed. Shortly afterwards, another android of higher rank points to them with his finger, and they begin to move from top to bottom, preparing weapons, defenses, and transporting boxes like soldiers in an army. This place wasn't only an area where the mechanics were hiding. It's a deep zone of the factories, very close to the exit wall. This area as a whole is so large that they have managed to set up a camp kilometers from the front. Sila, wait here with Mara for a moment, please. Almost everything is ready for you to leave, but Sel wants to see you in private before that. We are preparing everything. Isn't he coming with us? I'm afraid not. He decided so. You'll have to ask him why. Marcia leaves and continues to organize the rest of the girls. So we are finally leaving. We've made it. Almost. You said it. Almost. Come on, don't be so pessimistic. I'm sure everything will be fine. And then everything was fine. I look Mara in the eyes. It's difficult to argue with her when she looks at me like this. Yes, you're right. They seem to have everything under control. Mara raises her eyebrows. Wow, optimistic, Sela. Could it be the effect of the pill? Hey, it's not all going to be because of the pill. They just seem to be well prepared. Well, I'm glad then. That makes me feel calmer. You know, I wish I could get to know these girls better. I have known some of them for a while. They seem very nice. I suppose you'll soon have plenty of time to talk with all of them. Yes, I can't wait. But so, like, if she is the emotional intelligence, what are they? Like, she wants to talk with them and they are like, can we shoot stuff? Do you have any dreams? Something to do when we leave the Empire? My dream was to be with you. Now I'll just stay with you and the rest of the girls. If you had to choose between me and the girls, who would you go with? Why do you ask that? I don't think that will ever happen. Even after they are free from the feelings I put into them, they will surely choose to stay by your side. Even after they are free from the feelings that I put into them. Yeah, that sounds like a very happy, like she is just straight up manipulating them. Perfect. Do they know that? Does Anna know that she is being manipulated? Like, it's straight up not even their own free will. So yeah, that is why they are something different. They have not reached, they have reached singularity and are perfectly manipulatable. Perfect. You haven't answered my question. Sela, I will stay with you no matter what. I can't help but smile. Thank you. Marcia approaches us again. Everything is ready and Sal is waiting for you. We'll meet him downstairs. Let's go, Mara. You can wait here. We won't take long. I look at Marcia with some mistrust. Don't worry, she'll be fine. It will only take a few minutes. Before we leave, one of the girls comes running to Marcia. Boss? Asenka? But you are the... Wait. Yeah, it could be Asenka, who knows. What's up? We have secured the secondary tunnels. They are completely closed. Asenka looks at me briefly before fixing her eyes on Marcia again. Well done. You can prepare to get the train. Actually, I would like to ask if I can go to the front. Are you sure? Yes, the other girls will need all the help they can get. Also, I would like to secure Sela and Mara's escape. Asenka looks at me again for a second. In that case, you can join them. Thanks, boss. Goodbye, Sela. Good luck. Asenka runs towards the sound of the gunshots. Let's go. I nod and follow Marcia down the stairs to a room guarded by several girls. A large metal door blocks the entrance, but they have opened a tiny slit for me to enter. Marcia beckons for me to go in. Everything is dark here, but I can see a figure in the background. I walk towards it and stop in front of it. So this is Sol, this thing. Sela. We can finally meet in person. Forgive me for looking like this. I guess I'm not as you expected. I'm sorry to disappoint you if I have. It's not the first time I've seen an android like that. Years ago I saw one of the 4th generation androids connected to all kinds of devices. Is that what you really are? A machine eager for power? If so, yes, you disappoint me. Sal looks down and waits for a few seconds before answering me. I wish I hadn't had to, but I needed all that power I could get to get you and Mara out of here. But you're not coming. No, it's a sacrifice I had to make. I made the decision a long time ago. Your data is probably stored anywhere in the desert, waiting to be downloaded to another android. I'm afraid not. No other android could handle such amount of information. Only one thing will remain of me, and that is my original version, which is stored on the third machine. How heroic. So aren't fourth generation, like all of the fourth generation models have been destroyed? Ah. Oh, what did they do with him? I'm guessing this was probably said somewhere, sometimes. Why is Sela such an asshole again? Only one thing will remain of me, and that's my original version, which is stored on the third machine. On the third? What does that mean? I had no choice. The feeling that little Mara introduced in me were very real. And you had the opportunity to eliminate them. Why didn't you do that? Why should I? They were real as any other human being would feel. To erase them would have been a terrible idea. What better way to come into this world? But there's more to it than that, isn't there? You haven't done all of this just for me. For you and the rest of the girls, although they will lose Mara's memories when they reach the desert. Once there, it will be their decision to continue with you or not. Don't take me for a fool, there's another reason. You have managed to bring the rebels here. I asked for it. So now you lead them. Not at all. The rebels are governed by a council of many members. I am but one of them. And yet you have gotten them to decide to put so much at risk to get you out of here. What do you mean, you? Also, Cell is Nina. Cell is the memory device. But so basically, isn't he then the most powerful? But like they are, so like Mara will lose her memories. Like Mara will also lose her memories, right? He's the... I don't get it. But Cell has to be Nina, right? Or he is an android that Nina took over to act independently because she did not have a body. Getting androids like this is a very succulent offer. As you can see, Welta and the Empire are also willing to use a lot of resources to get them. I suppose. But how did you infiltrate that council? I contacted them through the net. Luckily, we live in a connected world and the net is vast and infinite. You just have to know how to use it. Once they knew about my abilities, they welcomed me with open arms. Everything to get some sentient androids. But what for? To win the war, of course. Everything to get some sentient androids. Dude, you want to ahooga booga it. And get the androids' freedom. Well, that was the plan. Was? Yes, luckily when I arrived at the council I managed to make them see reason. Not all androids deserve freedom, because they don't all feel. Many are simply machines. Wow, I'm surprised you say something like that about your own species. No, my species are only those who were born next to me. Wait, why are the rebels still fighting then? To destroy the Empire, evidently. What? It can't be. Red was right. My worst suspicions were true. A drop of sweat runs down my forehead. Are you stupid, Sela? Are you stupid? You are the stupidest fucking stupid. Why? The concept of androids in the Empire has been incorrect from the beginning. It is a nation built upon the suffering of humans, and androids have been nothing more than an extension of that suffering. Machines to consume, not to progress. Everything is wrong. They are an extension of that suffering. So they don't want to live like humans, because humans are living like shit, dude. Is that what you plan to destroy? That's why you plan to destroy it? It's ridiculous. There are millions of people living in the Empire. They are not responsible for the decisions the government makes. I think you're wrong. With their complacency, they have allowed the Empire to become what it is today. The people of these walls are a corrupt species. You just have to look at the other countries to see how different things can be. Even so, I don't wish them anything bad, other than the death. The Empire is a tumor that must be eradicated. Its growth has been exponential in the last century, and will end up devouring other countries that do not have the means to defend themselves. It is a brute war machine that only wins because it squanders its resources on expanding its military force. And why are you telling me all this? Are you so deluded that you think I will take your side? You won't. After all the Empire has done to you, the suffering, the humiliations, you were completely subjugated until Mara and I were able to synthesize the antidote for your medication. Tja. Maybe you machines still have a lot to learn from humans. I don't owe you anything for freeing me from that drug. That was your decision, and I think it was a terrible one. Ugh! Then fucking shoot Mara in the head, you piece of shit! Look at you, you're no different than those proud androids from years ago, trying to devour everything in their path to reach their maximum potential without considering the repercussions of the people around them. I guess you're proof of the success of this new generations of androids, a faithful representation of... You get that Mara is him? Like, if he's Nina, but also, like... You get that the one that started this was Mara. And Mara is literally worse. Mara is just like, I want to get in your coochie. So if we have to kill everyone in the Empire, I will make that happen. Like, Mara started all of this. And literally for no reason other than sex. I guess embodied in a machine. Don't you even realize how ironic your speech was? You're clearly the closest thing there is to a human without actually being one. And it means you are capable of a lot, both good and bad. Your feelings have corrupted you, and while I don't know exactly what drove you to do all this, I do know you're just a bitter thing and lack any empathy. No matter how much the Empire has done to me, I would never wish anything bad on the people who live in it. They made me what I am, for better or for worse. Oh, I guess you're a box of surprises till the end. In that case, I'm sorry to have distracted you with all this. I just wanted to ask you one last favor before you go. Answer me one question first. What about Yoko? Is she with you in all this? Of course, from the beginning she understood my vision. I guess you should have asked her what I think of your plan. Yoko lied to me about all this since I first saw Mara, and for a very good reason. She has known me for a long time, and she knows that I would never let anyone destroy this place. What a smart girl. I've only tolerated her games because she has been my friend for a long time, though maybe not anymore. After all she has done for you, she lied to you for your own good. You said so yourself. You really have no idea how humans work. I'm surprised you and Mara come from the same place. Mara is very different from everyone else, not just me. Sometimes I even think she's the only truly sentient android among us all. Yes, she is. Is that what you used my blood for, to stay alive while being connected to the machines? That's right, this body is suffering. It's semi-organic. It wasn't made to be connected to other machines like my predecessors. Synergia's generation can't gain power as easily as the fourth generation did. Our design is really ingenious. Whoever our creator is, he must be proud. The room is quiet for a few seconds. The sound from particular loud explosions can be heard through the walls. Again, I insist. I need you to do me one last favor. Speak. I want you to shoot me, kill me. What? Everything I have been doing has destroyed me. My body I no longer able to cope. This isn't the life I chose, but the one I was forced to live. In spite of what I told you, I'm envious of the other girls. I would like to have a life of freedom outside the city. That's why I'm asking you to kill me and, in the future, transfer my data from the third machine to a body like mine. I know it's impossible to do right now, but things will settle down one day, and our generation of androids will be on sale. What? Why would you like to be sold if your plan is to actually live together in harmony with the new androids that are yeah, and then they sell us. And you are the best slaver out there, Sela, I know that. So please, do your slaver thing. I'm sure your imperialistic visions will come over the other continents soon enough. All I ask is for you to find an empty body and allow me to live in a mind that hasn't been corrupted, unlike the one I have now. My entire plan is ready to be executed. Your escape and the fall of the Empire will happen, whether I am here or not. If I shoot you, what will the girls do when they hear it? I'm sure the sound will get lost in the echoes of the gunshots up there right now. They'll barely be able to hear it through those huge iron walls. I pull my gun out the holster and point it at Sal's head. Thank you. It's a shame what you have done with that body of yours. What a waste. I know. I promise I'll put the next one to better use. I'm afraid that won't happen. There's something about him that tells me if I bring him back, he'll end up being dangerous again. Why the fuck did you not ask Mara that? Till we meet again, Sela. I pull the trigger and his body falls backwards, just to stay still a moment later. The bullet has gone through his skull and his brain is now scattered everywhere. Maybe this was for nothing. Maybe he predicted this and has already instructed someone else to bring him back, but I won't let that happen. Come to think of it, Yoko's still out there. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here with Mara. I'll take care of her in the future. Hopefully she'll come to her senses. I walk up to the big iron gate and tap 3 times. The girls open, let me know Marcia is waiting for me outside. And they don't check up on him. Everything alright? Yes. It seems they haven't heard anything. Well, then let's go back upstairs. There's no time to waste. And nobody would look inside. We go up the stairs to the area where I was before. Mara's still there, waiting for me. Seeing her gives me great relief and makes me feel better for having finished with that crazy hacker. I barely have time to say a word to Mara when she starts walking after the advance party of girl soldiers. She takes me by the hand and pulls me, so I run next to her. A large number of androids begin to gather on a cargo platform. They are all girls. My god, Sela, you are in android heaven. In android coochie heaven. When we are ready, the elevator starts to lift us up. I see all the pipes passing by and believe the awful smells of the depth behind. Instead, the echoes of gunshots being heard all over the factory now feel closer and closer. We are on top. This is a complete war zone between androids and cops. There are some mercenaries from Velta as well. I can't help but be a little enraptured by the performance of the scene. Sela, Mara, don't stop. This place is quite dangerous. The train is about to leave. Where do we have to go? The loading docks are there. They'll put you on the next train on the machines and some of the girls. Some of them? What about the rest? We'll stay here covering the exit. Are you sure after so much? As long as you and Mara are safe, nothing will be in vain. We are all part of Synergia, remember that. Now, get the hell out of here. Yeah, so like... You're all part of Synergia. What about Cell? Yes, come on, Mara. I take a last look back as I walk to our only exit. I can only see a cloud of smoke and sparks. Marcia plunges into it after looking back at me. I've made it this far thanks to her. I hope she somehow manages to survive. The samurai android that helped me escape from Velta is next to the train and helps me and Mara get in. I thought that is Cell. They're inside. Let's go. It's an old train. It's heavy and seems to have been out of use for a long time. It is obvious that they have tried to repair it during these days. I hope it holds. Little by little we begin to gain speed until the outside of the tunnel is nothing but a blur. Probably already under the yellow sea. Something gives me little touches on my back. Mara is there looking at me. She kisses me again. I needed someone who could really love me, and here you are with me. I don't get you. Sometimes I thought we wouldn't make it. Everything seemed so impossible, but thanks to Cell we did it. Yeah, I can't believe I'm leaving District behind. I've spent my life there. But it's okay. So what now? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see where the train takes us. Can you think of a safe place to go? I've lived all my life inside the Empire. I don't know any places outside. Yeah. Fuck you, Sela. You have no fucking idea, you piece of shit, about any of the what is going on in the world. But, you know, the Empire just randomly murdering and devouring the rest of this world and just destroying the planet. And she is like, oh, the people of the Empire, oh. There's a city in the desert, an android paradise made by and for them. But I think they also admit cyborgs. Sounds good, as long as they let us live in quiet. I'm sure they will. And now that we have escaped, the girls will be free again. All the memories I implanted in them will be erased, and they'll be the ones who decide their destinies. Are you going to use one of the 3 machines for this? Cell's already prepared everything. That's what we agreed. Although I would like them to protect you forever, I would also feel bad if I didn't let them live with the same freedom I have. But first, we'll hide Synergia deep in the ground, where no one can find it, damage it, or manipulate it. Yeah, just put it into the ground. I'm sure it will take care of itself. I feel a little sorry for those who have been left behind, but I suppose that as long as the 3 machines remain intact, we could bring them back. Mara, it's very important that Synergia doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Mara nods. You and I'll make sure of that. By the way, what about Cell? He was a pretty strange guy. Why was he the only male android? He's a special android. Mara, the machine, not me, decided that a female form was the best form available for our purpose for some reason. It was something that made Welter's president very upset, so he had a male android made just for him. Oh. Now that you say it, I've got one last question. What's your real name? Sila, all that matters to me is what I am to you. You know me as Mara, so that's who I am. Mara is my real name. The train finally reaches the surface. We have got to be miles away from the Empire now. All I can see are the desert dunes and the famous Yellow Ocean. Was it really worth doing this all for me? No doubt. You were brave to come to my house just like that. I think you're a lot braver than me. I was very nervous, but in the end everything we fuck. I hope the rest of the girls all forgive you for forcing them to do all this. They have feelings just like you, and they might hold a grudge against you for it. I didn't force them to do anything. I just sent them all a piece of what I felt for you. Nothing in me is fake, I swear. I believe you. That you are lying to yourself. And yes, I was very brave to go to your house alone. Who knows? I mean, can we finally get Mara turning evil, please? That would... if Mara turns evil, I would actually vote this game positive, because I'm not seeing it coming right now. But you can come to my house, because you knew I wouldn't. How? I just knew. So your plan was to seduce me? What's so funny? I did, didn't I? Yes, a lot of lies in between, but yes, you did. That's what matters. The end justifies the means. Is that your philosophy? See, even the game makers are like... she's the good girl, she's the good girl. Hey, what are you looking at me with that face? Of course not, don't make me feel like a villain. Maybe my plan was a little Machiavellian, but it worked. We are together and that's what matters. I always thought that none of this world would hurt the rest of the girls. If it was otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. I guess you have saved a lot of other androids too, so I can't complain. I'm sure the government and Welter will cover all this up. I don't want to imagine what could happen if people would find out a new generation of androids escaped right under their noses. Sooner or later they'll know. The rebel propaganda machine ensured gets out, but we can't choose to believe. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We might still be together and we have escaped, but the world keeps spinning. I hope that place you're talking about is really safe. Trust me. Look. I look outside and see buildings scattered all over the desert, followed by long lines of pipes. What stands out most is a big city I can make out on the horizon. City where the whole conflict's focused right now. Once we manage to get away from there, we'll be too far away from the Empire to reach us. It's unbelievable that it's the first time that I've seen outside of those huge walls. Rebel territory. We have officially fugitives now. I start to celebrate. After so many years, the police being part of the enemy is a strange thing. But what other option did I have? And even if the plan, if there was another option, this is one I have chosen. Mars leaning against the window, watching the desert dunes pass by. I feel like I could spend my life watching her, and just most part, that's exactly what I plan to do. Because she has so much personality. There's nothing as nice as a rainy day. At least it will be a nice day if I were home. Today we bring you an important announcement from Welter Labs. Just a few hours ago, Welter announced a new generation of androids, an announcement which shocked us and many of the viewers at home. How is it possible the Emperor banned any kind of advances in the field? Welter has reached an agreement with the Emperor and the government. I mean, in the future, all of the stuff will be sped up so that there's more and more information faster and faster, right? That is also where we're going right now, because there's so many people on YouTube that are constantly going like, watch in 2x speed, watch in blah blah blah. Faster, faster, faster. So they could release one generation of androids. The generation is impossible to hack and can only be controlled by us. They will be the last push our magnificent nation needs to win the war against the rebels. Yeah, that is exactly what I thought as well, that they would actually use them. They have the technology. They have the technology. They'll make new ones. And now they will do it together with the Empire. And now the rest of the world is completely fucked. That's amazing. But what if I'm reading is correct? Welter has actually announced 3 Android series. One of them is a combat-focused model. What about the other 2? You need more than strength to win wars, and of course the Empire can't overlook other problems we have had before against the rebels even started. I could talk about 3 new series, but I think it would be better to see 3 explanations through Welter new ad, don't you think? Of course, today, for the first time on television, we will be able to see the first announcement of Welter Labs' new Android series. Ares. You might have heard about a new Android generation coming. A generation impossible to hack. But at Welter, we always want to be one step ahead. Our new generation is not only immune to hackers, it's also the most smart, fierce and sentient generation so far. We are proud to present our 3 new models. Ares 1.0 is here to protect our home streets, especially borders, from any rebel threats. Next we have the terraforming model Rhea 1.0. Is here to reforest the desert planet to be full of plants and making our founding fathers' wishes come true. All of it is possible thanks to our new black seed crop growth model, which means they are able to grow even under the harshest conditions. And finally, but at least, we have Eros. He's here to make you trust all the androids out there who are protecting and reforesting our empire. We want new models to help the citizens with any problems they might have. That includes even the smaller ones like sex. The model includes every kind of knowledge needed, even all the psychological kind, to help you live a fuller, happier life, unlike those soulless androids. You will love it. Game designed by Francisco Perez. Joe Bonzi, producer Andy Han. That's a good name. Yeah, written by Francisco Perez. Complete both endings to unlock the epilogue. Wow. Now I'll be able to see all of those amazing I mean, so that can't be actually what is in those tablets, right? Because if it was right on the etiquette, everyone, like, I mean, it must have a very profound effect on me then. That it has on nobody else, because for some reason I get witch blood. Who even is that? What is this? When did I... What are you? So I'm guessing, like, there's a lot of pictures that I also don't actually see what in one run. Okay. Yeah, so we have finished it. That is honestly quite the best that I can say about this. The ending left me unsatisfied. But I can always think about how Cell's plan actually works. How he will come back, and how the new generation of androids that they're now using, in an effort to actually help them with the war, will actually turn against them once Cell is back. Because I mean, everything else is stupid. If they now have the new, like, if they now introduce the new Android models, then like the Empire will come for us, right? So like it makes no difference if if Cell doesn't come back. We'll just go under. Why is this from the... What? Microphone? C9922 Pro Stream webcam. But then I'm using the Yeti... Wait. Quelleneinstellung? Why? Nah, don't worry about it. As long as it works, then that's fine. Yeah, so like, I mean, again, I basically said everything that I needed to say while the game was still running. It took us longer, it took us 2 hours now, but yeah. In the end, I feel like it kind of in the end, those last 3 hours now actually felt kind of tight. I would actually have liked if they explained more of what was happening, because they were just stating facts like as if they were facts. And before that, for like 7 hours, we have just meandered around, trying to set up a love story that didn't work for me. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't like the main character, which is always a bad sign for a game. I think Mara is all the same kind of evil, and the game even acknowledged it. A bit Machiavellian. Yeah, that's like a cautious tale. Like, huh. Yeah, so, but I do like the world. I think the introduction of those like 3 different machines and then that they thought about, okay, so how do we keep freedom while Welter can actually control them is okay, as a reasoning. Yeah. Nope. I just want another. But at the same time, does it really make so much sense? Again, it's completely baffling to me that then they would just give give the androids a way to actually access Nina. I still don't know if Cell was Nina. It would be absolutely stupid of I don't really get why. So, like, Mara manipulated Cell, right? But he's a 4th generation. How would Mara, as the emotional intelligence one, actually have found the 4th generation? It is not at all connected to her. So that's why I think, like, okay, then it is Nina. Or it is Nina put on a 4th generation. Like a manipulated version of Nina. But I think I'm completely running away. This is not at all what they actually meant. They meant nothing by it, right? That is why I say, like, in the last 3 hours, it was really tight, and I would have actually liked it if they explained stuff more. Well, so then, tomorrow we can actually finally start a new game. So that will be at least, like, I've finished one game, and I've basically finished the other game, Potato, like Red said. So we also did beat the Danger 5 on quite a few characters now, like 3 or 4. So yeah. I think that is actually fine, right? Not super productive as I thought it would be. I thought also that I would get way further with it, but okay. Like I said, we now at least finished one game. Okay, so I'm just looking on Discord. I have one message from the Discord bot, basically, and one friendship request from someone who is trying to sell me stuff. Sometimes I'm already feeling like the androids are taking over. Either androids or evil humans. So anyways, if you're seeing this in the VODs, I hope you enjoyed the game more than I did. In the end, I do have to say it's more negative. It was kind of a time waste. But still, like, the more positive part of it was the world building. I like the characters also, but only the characters that we now... Like, I don't know where even I would go with... where would I go with the second alternate ending? I have no idea where I would hook in with that. Is it literally just that last choice, where I then had to? Am I letting the 4th generation, or do I let Cell go or not? Was that like the only? Maybe I would be taken to Welter. And then I would be convinced by Welter to actually... But I'm not gonna play until then again. Like, if the game now gives me a point where I can then go to and say, oh yeah, okay, so here is the choice, make the other one. But I don't even know what I need to do for that. And then I don't want to actually click through it. Because I have no idea how far away that is from our save point. So like, yeah, there might be more to the game, but I'm not gonna explore it. Maybe, like I said, maybe the game is exploring more. Maybe it would give me more, but do I want to actually play it? No. That's the sad thing about it. Do I want to actually go and play it? Nah, you haven't been interesting enough for me to actually care. Okay, so, well, anyways. Let me just post the... Also, I have 2 Streamlabs spots running. Alright, this is Pendulum Live with Come Alive. Because we had, yeah, we reached the end of the Jormungand Ost from that I played over the last week. Then I mean, we started with Pendulum Live, so now we actually also made it through the Jormungand Ost, which actually has 6.6 million clicks. Jesus, yeah. So, I mean, basically tonight is a night of finishing stuff. So I'll see you around. Hopefully, maybe I'm probably gonna save the VODs, right? Because why not? But yeah, again, have fun. See you tomorrow for another game. Hopefully, one that is not like Synergia was not annoying. It was just there. Or like the good and the bad had been holding hands, and the bad was a little bit more prevailing over in the end. But I don't even know if it is the end, because there's also an epilogue. So yeah. So yeah, maybe the next game is gonna be a more rounded positive experience, and it is gonna be, I can say it now, Black Book, the Russian game that I was talking about. Oh, and also The Mind. I have the good ending. 33.8 players, percent of the players, and the god is Let Him Go. Huh. Okay. The Breaking Web, I better resist. The god, Let Him Go. The Mind is the good ending. Mind. The Outsider, try to connect directly to the Android. 5 hidden achievements remaining. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so Black Book is the one. Well, yeah, the Russian game with the Slavic mythology that I've been talking